Hi, this is Chapman, and this is the Tuesday Studio Video Visit. Thank you all for joining me. We are back in the studio today. Thanks again for everyone who viewed the Studio Video Visit last week. It seemed to resonate with you all and hit a chord as I was reading from my blog, my studio blog from the past. Thanks to everyone who left comments, reached out, shared the video. I thought I would do something in a similar vein again this week. Again, going back to 2007, the first year of my studio blog. This was a few months later, well, quite a few months later, in December of 2007. The title of this one is called Bravery and the Art of Being an Artist. It seems very fitting. So it's kind of about how are you going to move into this next year. So when it says 2008, I'm just going to go ahead and say 2019 if I can keep it straight in my brain. Also, I want to be careful because I do think there's a huge amount of like, be a better you, go, 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 you know, rah, rah, like change, all this crap. And I do feel it is crap. This post from back in 2007 was a bit of a sort of a cheerleading post and a bit of a challenging post to get other artists and folks thinking about how they wanted that next year coming to look. So in that respect, there's a little of that, but a lot of it is mostly just asking yourself questions about your art or having me ask you questions about your art. All of these posts are sort of segueing into, again, my mentoring that I am now offering and will be offering in a more formal way very soon on my website, which I promise is very soon. It's almost done. So as you're listening to this, and as you were listening to last week's Tuesday Studio Video Visit, you're sort of getting a sense of what it might be like to work with me. What are the questions that I would ask of you? What are the types of conversations we would have, as well as kind of getting a general sense of my basic demeanor and how I feel about art and how I view art. So I hope this post encourages and inspires, but by no means are we doing a 2019 new you, blah, blah, blah. We're not doing that. That's not what this is about. So this is more about asking yourself the questions and listening within to, you know, what feels good and what's working for you. So on with the show. So bravery and the art of being an artist. 2019 is here. How is this new year going to unfold artistically for you? Will you simply repeat 2018? Do you prefer to let the year unfold organically? Or perhaps you have an overzealous plan that leaves you overwhelmed before this year has even really started? Today, I would simply like to encourage you to be brave in your artistic life in 2019. Before you leave here thinking that I'm about to dispense some self-help nuggets, hear me out. You are already brave by simply calling yourself an artist. Ask yourself how brave you are currently being in your artistic life. Is there room for improvement? Here are some ideas or questions to get you thinking of ways to be more brave and to get your art career rolling in 2019. First, are you taking any creative risk with your work? Or are you producing the same old thing again and again? Ask yourself if your work still strikes a chord within. If it does, do what's working for you. If it doesn't, ask yourself what changes you could make that would get you excited again. Have you submitted any artwork to an art journal, a magazine, or an online publication or gallery? Have you done anything bold to promote your art across social media platforms or online art forums? Have you submitted your work to a juried competition in your area or even outside of your area? Have you visited any new galleries to see if your style of work might fit in the mix and then ask the gallery about their submission process? When you find yourself in a creative rut, do you try something new, ask for help, or trade critiques with another artist you know? If you are art rich and cash poor, have you tried to trade your work for services or other art? If your supplies are running low, have you tried budget supplies or asked to see if anyone has any extra materials that they're not using? Have you approached an artist you admire for any help or mentoring? Have you started working on creating perhaps a free art portfolio or creating a web presence if you don't already have one? Have you started writing a blog about your art? Many of the opportunities that have come up in my career were caused by spontaneous acts of bravery. So when you get those wild, outlandish, positive, what if ideas in your head, why don't you go for it in 2019? Email that artist, call that gallery, make that trade, enter that show, comment on that blog you lurk on. Take the class, quit your job within reason. Please do have a plan. I don't think I would recommend that at this point in life. Ask stupid questions to other professionals and just go for it. Make 2019 the brave year, the year you really went for it, the year it all came together. So this is a challenge. Leave me a comment about one thing you have been thinking about or pursuing for your art career or artistic life that has eluded you in 2018 that you're going to do this year. We can do this. So that was a blog post from 2007. I, of course, changed it to 2019 and 2018. Hopefully most of the time I got that right. So yeah, again, it was just sort of a friendly question post to kind of get you thinking. Because I hear a lot of the time, I don't have the space. Well, is there any way you can make the space? Closet, top of your dresser, kitchen counter, bathroom? Like, where could you make the space? Can you borrow a space? Could you take crayons or a sketchbook into the library if you're one of those sketchbook artists? Because we all know I'm not. But, you know, if you need to make space, how can you make space? If you need materials, there are so many of your artist friends that have extra materials that are probably kicking around. You know, maybe it's one jug of paint, maybe it's one charcoal pencil from one artist to another artist to another artist. Like, what's holding you back? What's keeping you stuck? Where do you need the permission to just go for it? These are the kind of questions that I help tease out of shy or quiet or reserved or even unsure artists. And they're the kind of questions that I love to come up with answers with you all. So again, this is what I love to do. I love to help other artists get out of their ruts, try things differently, shake things up, find solutions, you know, make observations about their work, about their practice, and find those little tiny painless tweaks. I'm not talking about spending a lot of money. I'm not talking about any of that. And I'm not talking about changing your style 100% or changing the way you approach art. What I like to talk about are these little tiny micro movements towards something that feels better than where you are right now. So again, if these kind of questions resonate with you, if this kind of information resonates with you and you would like to work with me, send me an email at meganchapmanart@gmail.com or send me a Facebook message or leave me a comment, and let's talk about working together. Again, my website will be out soon. I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me and sharing this video. I hope you are well, happy, and inspired. And from my studio to your kitchen table, or wherever you're working, your bathroom sink, take care until next week, and ask the questions. You're brave, you're strong. What do you have to lose? Nothing. So let's do it. All right. See y'all later. Bye.